In other news around the county, the public watchdogs fight to stop the transfer of nuclear waste at San Onofre has hit an obstacle. Listen to this. Earlier this week, a federal judge tossed out their lawsuit against Southern California Edison, the operator of the plant. The court's decision allows SoCal Edison to continue moving nuclear fuel into a storage system. The ruling also means public watchdogs cannot file the same complaint. They dismissed it with prejudice. But Charles Langley, the executive director of Public Watchdogs, said the group's legal fight is far from over. And he joins us now to talk about what's next for the group. So welcome.
Thank you, Ginger.
Weigh in, first of all, because I was talking with you briefly before we came on, a little surprised about this ruling, especially because it was dismissed with prejudice, but you had some clarification for us on it.
Yeah, the judge essentially accepted our arguments that this is a very, very bad situation and had empathy for us. The problem was that she's saying, you know what, this is the wrong court. I can't rule on this because you're in the wrong court of law. And it's as simple as that. And so we failed on that issue of jurisdiction. We have asked our attorneys to evaluate the situation, and it's quite likely that we'll appeal.
Okay, but this isn't the only legal avenues you are taking right now.
That's correct. We also have an issue before the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals. We have another federal lawsuit, and we have a State Lands Commission lawsuit that we're aggressively pursuing.
Okay, so this is a speed bump for you. It is certainly not a wall that you've hit this week.
It's daunting, but we're not discouraged. It's still full speed ahead. We intend to try and find a way to solve this problem.
And why? I mean, multiple lawsuits in multiple courts. Why?
Because we believe this is a public health emergency that needs to be addressed immediately. Our argument is that Southern California Edison, for good or ill, is burying deadly nuclear waste, deadly for 250,000 years, in canisters that are only guaranteed for 25 years on a beach that won't be there in 100 years, and we need to stop this process, have a reassessment, and find a safer way to store it at that location.
So where do you go from here? This judgment this week, but you have other lawsuits going on. Where can you take this lawsuit and have it be in the correct court?
Well, we're evaluating our options, and when our attorneys are done with that, I'll let you know. But at this point, we may not appeal, but we are strongly encouraging our attorneys to consider that possibility and look at what our best course of action is given our other legal activities.
So the judge in this week said the case has merit. She actually gave your evidence a thumbs up, let's say, in layman's terms.
She said, I'm not going to dispute the facts of this case. And in the oral hearing, she said, when I look at this, it's just terrible. It's a terrible situation. She said, my concern, though, is that you're bringing it into the wrong court of law, and you need to handle this another way. And so we're a little bit discouraged by that, but the problem is that the correct court of law is the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, and they are not protecting us. This is the big issue. We need regulators that are tough cops on the beat and willing to regulate. And the Nuclear Regulatory Commission is something between an industry cheerleader and trade group and also a cop on the beat. So they're not as tough as we'd like them to be.
And so what's your recourse with them?
We will continue to file complaints in keeping with our legal strategy, and we will continue to pursue this issue because we think it's terribly important.
For folks that haven't been following along as closely as others, what do you think is the key takeaway that the public needs to know, in your opinion, about what's going on with San Onofre?
When the factory, the power plant was shut down, everyone thought, great, we're safe. What most people don't know is that an operating nuclear power plant isn't the real problem. It's what they do with the nuclear waste that's generated, because it's deadly for eternity, for 10,000 human generations. And we have yet to solve that problem, and we have to store it safely. That's what all of our lawsuits are about.
All right. The fight is not over, so says Charles. Thank you so much for coming in. We look forward to hearing what's the next step for you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.